Hey, have you ever asked the question to yourself, who can I share this with? I'm not necessarily talking about this video or anything, but if you want to share it with someone, sure, or any of my other videos, share. Bring more people in. But I have an eclectic taste of content and movies and different things that I take in. It's it's not one subject that I can share with a lot of people, like in person. I go from homestead stuff to I was just watching a video about Google. What was it about 2-bit Da Vinci, about Google and how they are trying to make geothermal generators or reactors. So they want to use the heat from the earth to spin turbines to be able to power their facilities. Uh, I like, what was it, yesterday? For about an hour straight, I was watching. I don't remember the channel's name. I was watching someone shoeing horses, and then another video I was watching was someone breaking horses and making them rideable. I, I'm I'm all over the place with stuff. When I was a professional fighter, there was such a small network of people that actually fought, that who in my personal life was I talking to about that? Wasn't talking to any family members. I wasn't talking to anyone in my social circle. They just thought it was cool. That was pretty much it. They didn't have any interest in it. They didn't have any interest in my training. Maybe they came to a fight or two. They didn't see the long-term goals, benefits. Some tried to come out and train, but the few that I was training with, those were the people that I was close to during that time. But then when it came to stuff outside of fight training, it was very minimal connecting points. What are they barking about? Very minimal connecting points to uh, what interests we all had, because everyone is different. I, with my wife, I've been trying to. I always try to introduce her to shows and different things that I find interesting, so we can have something more to talk about than just our everyday existence or life or our children or anything like that. Because she's not out here dealing with our water storage or our solar system or the generator. It just works because I'm out here getting after it. And even that, who do I talk to about solar stuff? That's solar people sometimes. Who do I talk about water storage? There's very few people that I know that have water storage. A lot of people that are into preparedness say, "Oh yeah, got to get my water storage. I got to do this. I got to do that." There's very few that I actually know that have water storage, and most of them, they still are connected to the grid. They're not they're not off grid living. They they have it as a backup. This is our only way. There is no backup. We don't have a well dug. We have a seasonal creek that runs through the property, and I haven't made a way to harvest that water to pump it up here and then be able to filter it out. We didn't get to that yet. Like, I know a lot of people that are into guns. Then you have one half that are into guns for for what they do. Then you have other people that are into guns that just want to shoot. Those are the same people that just want to fight, but they don't want to train. So, like, where do I share my thoughts and feelings with people right now? Who I share my stuff with is you all that are watching this. But even then, you might have people that you can share everything that you like. Like I love all the prequels to Yellowstone and was that show Bass Reeves, because they have a historic element to them about the wild, wild west, about the land that I live on now here in Oklahoma, how people 100 years ago, what they had to deal with to either settle this land, fight for their freedom, coming across this country as this country started to develop and build. It's it's so much. Like I just don't know. I was so different. Why are you doing that, chicken? One of the chickens was pecking at the dogs. But when I was younger, still living in New Jersey, I stopped listening to the radio in 1997. Everyone else was still listening to the radio. Then some people started getting into mixtapes like DJ Clue and all that other stuff. I wanted to listen to down south music, Outkast and uh, Master P, UGK. That was the stuff that I was interested in, but no one from up where I was interested in what I wanted to listen to. I eventually found some people that like listening to No Limit Records. Aisha Dean Cole. She was the only person that I've ever met that has heard of No Limit Records that I haven't played No Limit Records music to them. Then now I'm getting back into the gospel music that I used to sing. Like a song called The Perfect Praise, or another song was at Revelation 7:13, I think, or is it 13:7? And one of the elders answered and said unto me, who are these, and from whence should they come? Oh, that one. So it's either Revelation 7:13 or 13:7. So based off of what I just sung, uh, you'll be able to read through that. Um, or just Google it. One of those two. Look it up on YouTube. There are choirs that sung that. I used to be in a choir and sung those songs, but there's not a lot of people around that are into that type of gospel music that I am into. I don't know what the rooster and chicken are doing, but who do I share that stuff with? I send plenty of reels and videos and stuff to my wife. Some of them she likes, some of them she doesn't like. She likes those gospel songs because some of them kind of overlapped with her time in Christianity when she was exposed to different music like that. But when I try and show her videos like 1883 or 1923, it's too much. It's too overwhelming for her. I talk about that stuff online, but it's not many people that can relate or can see the joy in stuff. Like every time I think about the past, I am so grateful for the position that I'm in. Like I am so blessed to exist, and not even based off of the stuff that I've done, because the stuff that I've done should have taken myself or so many others out with me, but I'm still here to this day. But think about the generation before me. My grandmother's mother, my grandfather, my great grandfather, my great 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 grandmother, my great 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 grandfather, all the stuff that they had to endure for me to be able to be here to this day. That's why I'm so intrigued about those generational stories. Like how did you get to this point to this day? One day my children are going to tell that story about how they got here. Football will know his life in New Jersey and now his life in Oklahoma. The chunk, he will know this life in Oklahoma, and he won't even know where the area that he was born in. He now knows and runs around, plays out here on the mountain. Those little tidbits I share with all of you, but it's not many people in person that I talk to about that stuff. Kind of starting to understand the the very few men that I came across. They seem so quiet or reserved. They really didn't say much. They would maybe nod their head at you. They wouldn't even say hello. They would be in the zone on whatever project it was that they were doing, or whatever show it was that they were watching. I used to think of it as escapism, but maybe it's just because they know there's not many people out there that they could talk to about their interests. People in their age group are into so many different things that they can't relate to, and then the other people can't relate to what they're into. So maybe that's where I am in my life. I just have to enjoy what I enjoy, share it with whoever is willing to listen, but don't get upset that there's no one to talk to about it, because everyone is into their own things, and when things start to overlap, good, but it's not always going to overlap. I was looking up chicken coop doors yesterday. How many of you were looking at up chicken coop doors within the last 2 or 3 years? I'm doing research and reviews on stuff like that, planning our spring flock, planning to build a massive chicken coop where I would need an automatic chicken coop door. How many of y'all were even thinking about anything like that? It's not many. Changing up the training style and schedule with all of our puppies, getting them prepared for this upcoming spring, when we're going to be bringing more animals onto the property, eventually gating off the entire property with electric wiring once the budget frees up. Then they're all going to be stuck here on property, and they're going to have to protect from anything that tries to come in. But it's not many of you that I could talk to about that. Many of you might have a dog. I have 5 with all different personalities, all very respectful, and some of them way too nice to the other dogs that are around in the area. But who do I talk to about that? Not many people. Can't talk to the father about it. He'll understand. Might not respond, but he may throw a curveball at me where I'll need to learn something new. But outside of that, It's not much of anything. It's just learn and do, study and accomplish. Hmm. There's that robin redbreast again, flying into the mirror. Who am I going to share that with? I don't know. Shalom.